Dr. K. Sendil Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Loganatha Narayanaswamy Government College, Ponneri, Chennai. He has done PhD in Material Science at Anna University, Chennai. He has 17 years of teaching experience. He has published 5 articles in national and international conferences and journals. He attended more than 14 conferences and workshops in all over India.
Welcome to UGC lecture series. In today's lecture, let us see the subject quantum mechanics. This session we are going to see the topics like properties of wave function, expectation values of wave function, application of Schrodinger wave equation, that is particle in a one dimensional box. First we will see the properties of wave function. We know we designate the wave function in the form of psi, that is psi is a function of x comma t if it is a one dimensional one. Psi is a function of x, y, z and t if it is in 3 dimension. So, this wave function psi is a complex quantity which measures the variations of matter waves. This wave function psi is used to identify the state of a particle in an atomic structure. It can tell the probability of the position of the particle. The probability P of r vector d tau is equal to psi star d tau is equal to modulus of psi of r comma t the whole square d tau, where psi star is the complex conjugate of psi and the modulus psi squared is the probability density of the particle in the state psi. So, this probability modulus psi squared is large. It means that there will be strong probability of particles presence, whereas this probability modulus psi squared value is small. This means that there will be least probability of its presence. If the particle is certain or present in the space, then we can have a equation, that is the volume integral, triple integral denote in terms of volume integral. So, volume integral modulus psi squared d tau is equal to 1. So, this wave function is a complex function, that means there is no direct physical meaning, but when we multiply this with its complex conjugate, the product has got a physical meaning. The next topic we will see expectation values. What is meant by expectation values? To extract the information from the wave function. So, what are the things we can get from this wave function? What we expect, the values that we call it as a expectation values. Once Schrodinger equation has been solved for a particle in a given physical system or situation, the resulting wave function psi of x comma y comma z comma t contains all the information about the particle, that is the permitted by the uncertainty principle. The uncertainty principle we have seen in previous sessions. Except for those variables that are quantized, this information is in the form of probabilities and not specific numbers. For example, let us calculate the expectation value of the position of a particle confined to the x axis, that is described by the wave function psi of x comma t. That means, so consider this is x axis, we have positions like this, say x1, x2, x3. That means, in x1 position there will be n1 number of particles, in x2 position there will be n2 number of particles, in x3 position there will be n3 number of particles, etc. like this. So, the average position of a number of identical these particles distributed along the x axis. Now, we can have the average value, that means x bar is average value, the product of the position x1 and n1 x1 is a position present in the x axis, n1 corresponding number of particles. So, this product. So, x bar is equal to n1 x1 plus n2 x2 plus n3 x3 plus etc. divided by n1 plus n2 plus n3 plus etc. So, conveniently we can write with the summation. So, summation ni xi divided by ni in general. So, I is equal to varies from 1, 2, 3 etc. When we are dealing with a single particle, we must replace the number ni of particles at xi by the probability pi, that the particle be found in an interval dx at xi. This probability is pi is equal to modulus psi I squared dx, where psi I is the particle wave function evaluated at x is equal to xi. So, the expectation value of the position of the single particle is, we can write the equation for this. So, expectation of x is equal to integral minus infinity to plus infinity x modulus squared psi squared dx divided by integral minus infinity to plus infinity modulus psi squared dx. If psi is a normalized wave function, the denominator of the equation what we have seen. So, this denominator value of the probability that the particle exists somewhere between, that is the integral limits minus infinity to plus infinity. So, the value of the denominator integral is equal to 1. If we substitute this integration is equal to 1, we will have only this numerator will be effective. Expectation x is equal to integral minus infinity to plus infinity x into modulus psi squared dx. The same procedure can be followed to obtain the expectation value of any quantity. For instance, the potential energy V of x, that is a function of position x of a particle described by a wave function psi. So, expectation value g of expectation x is equal to integral minus infinity plus infinity g of x modulus psi squared dx. So, this expectation value for the momentum cannot be calculated this way, because according to the uncertainty principles, no such function as p of x can exist. If we specify x so that del x is equal to 0, we cannot specify a corresponding p, since we know the uncertainty relation del x into del p is greater than or equal to h cross by 2. Similarly, the same problem occurs for the expectation value for the energy, because del E, this again uncertainty relation between energy and time. So, del E into del t is greater than or equal to h cross by 2. This means that if we specify t, the function E of t is impossible. So, in classical physics, no such limitation occurs, because the uncertainty principle can be neglected in the macro world. We know that in quantum mechanics, on the other hand, all we get directly by applying Schrodinger wave equation to the motion of a particle is the wave function is psi. Now, let us see the important topic which we have in our quantum mechanics, that is application of Schrodinger wave equation. That means particle in a one dimensional box, it also in 3 dimensional boxes. So, here we will see particle in a one dimensional box. Here we consider particle as a electron, box as a metal. That means particle in a box means electron in a metal. See here. So, this is a box. Consider this electron is present in a infinitely deep potential well, but finite width. So, the width is a, that means in this wall x is equal to 0, in this wall x is equal to a. So, the width is a, the well height will be the finite, but for our convenience we have drawn a box. So, here is a electron. So, this electron is moving only in the x direction. When it moves, this may collide with these valses. When it collide with these valses, that means there will be collision, but this collision will be elastic. that means there is no loss of energy of the electron when it collide with these valses when it moves in horizontal directions. So, since this electron moving in this direction inside the well, then the potential energy is equal to 0. But when compared to inside, in the wall the potential is very high, that is like infinity. So, there we have seen box. We can split this into 3 regions, say region 1, region 2, region 3. In region 2, the potential energy is equal to 0, that is potential energy of the particle is 0 since this electron moving freely, whereas here this potential energy of the particle is infinity, whereas here also it is infinity. So, with this explanation of this diagram, we can identify exactly where the electrons present in the metal, and also what is the energy possessed, the electron energy possessed in the metals. For that, we suppose to know the boundary conditions. What are the boundary conditions? Since the potential outside the well is infinitely high, the probability of finding the particle outside must be 0, that is modulus psi squared is equal to 0 in the region 0 is greater than x is greater than a. Therefore, psi is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0 and x is equal to a. Here there will be 2 conditions. First condition is psi is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0, and the second condition is psi is equal to 0 at x is equal to a. Inside the well, the wave function is finite, that is modulus psi squared is not equal to 0 in the region 0 less than x less than a. Now, let us solve this particle in a one dimensional box using Schrodinger wave equation, one dimensional Schrodinger wave equation. We can write one dimensional Schrodinger wave equation d squared psi by dx squared plus 2m by h cross squared into E minus V into psi is equal to 0. So, this equation we have seen already in the previous sessions. When we have derived this derivation also. But here we have seen the potential energy of the particle is 0. So, in this equation E refers to the kinetic energy, V refers to the potential energy. So, that the potential energy is 0 here. So, V is equal to 0 if we apply, then this equation becomes d squared psi by dx squared plus 2m E by h cross squared into psi is equal to 0. So, this we can have equation number 2. So, this previous equation we can have equation number 1. So, we can rewrite this equation. So, or d squared psi by dx squared plus k squared psi is equal to 0. This is equation number 3. Since this k squared value is 2m E by h cross squared, k squared is equal to 2m E by h cross squared. So, this is equation number 4. But this equation 3 is similar to equation of simple harmonic motion. So, we can write the solution. Psi is equal to a sin kx plus b cos kx. So, this is equation number 5. Now, we have to evaluate the constants A and B. To evaluate this constants A and B, A and B, we have to apply boundary conditions. We have to apply boundary condition. First condition, we know that psi is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. Now, we apply this condition here in this equation. So, 0 is equal to A sin 0. So, x is equal to 0 plus B cos 0. A sin k into 0 0, so sin 0. B cos k into 0 0, so B cos 0. We know sin 0 is equal to 0. So, this is equal to 0, we know. Cos 0 is equal to, we know cos 0 is equal to 1. So, sin 0 0, so 0 into anything 0. So, first term vanishes. So, cos 0 1. So, B into 1 B. So, B is equal to 0. So, B is equal to 0. In this equation 5, so we get only first term. So, psi is equal to A sin kx. So, this is equation number 6. Now, we apply the second boundary condition. So, psi is equal to 0 at x is equal to A. So, 0 is equal to A sin k A, A sin k A. So, what are the values of A? Then equation becomes 0. We know sin 0 0, sin pi 0, sin 2 pi 0. So, we can generalize sin n pi is equal to 0. So, when k A is equal to n pi, this equation is valid. So, we can write k A is equal to n pi. Then comma we can write k is equal to n pi by A. Then k squared is equal to n squared pi squared divided by A square. So, this is equation number 7. Now, we have got two equation with k square. So, seventh equation k squared is equal to n squared pi squared by A squared. Then fourth equation k squared is equal to 2m by h cross squared. Now, equating 4 and 7. So, 2m E by h cross squared, this is fourth equation. Then seventh equation is n squared pi squared by A square, n squared pi squared by A square. So, now we have to find out the value E. So, E is equal to n squared pi squared, this h cross squared we can write here, then 2m A square. But we know that in quantum mechanics we can write h cross equal to h by 2 pi. So, now we substitute h cross equal to h by 2 pi here. So, we get E is equal to n squared h squared divided by 8m A squared. So, this is the equation we have got, E is equal to n squared h squared divided by 8m A squared. In this derivation, what we have derived? The energy of the electrons which present in a metal E is equal to n squared h squared divided by 8m A squared. That means, this equation if we generalize, what we can write? E n is equal to n squared h squared divided by 8m A squared, that is eigenvalue, and the corresponding wave function psi n is equal to a sin n pi x by a. How this equation has come? We have got this equation psi is equal to a sin k x, but we have identified k value is n pi by a. So, if you substitute here, we get a sin n pi x by a. So, a sin n pi x by a, we have just mentioned n for generalization. So, psi n is equal to a sin n pi x by a is a eigen function. Similarly, let us find the value of a. We have identified the constant's value b by applying a boundary condition b is equal to 0. So, similarly, we can identify the constant value a by applying normalization condition. What is meant by normalization? Anything, the norm of the vector is equal to 1, which is called normalization. In general, it is in mathematics. So, in such a way, if we can write the equation. So, integral 0 to a modulus psi n square dx is equal to 1, since the electron should exist within the well. So, we can substitute, we know the psi n value, just we have seen in the previous slide. So, integral 0 to a square sin squared n pi x divided by a into dx is equal to 1. Just a mathematical simplification, we can simplify using trigonometric formula. So, finally, we get this a value, that is the constant a value is equal to square root of 2 by a. So, we substitute this value here. So, this eigen function psi n is equal to square root of 2 by a into sin n pi by a into x. So, that electron will be in any one of the above energy states or eigen states psi n at a given time. So, these energy values are often referred to as eigen values or allowed values and occur in all quantum mechanical problems concerning spatially bound or constrained particles. The number n is called quantum number. We have seen the equation E is equal to n squared h squared divided by 8 m a squared. Now, let us see the lowest energy state. It is called ground state or ground energy state. Here the lowest energy level, we can write the equation. This is a general equation we know. Here it is supposed to be n squared. If it is lowest energy state, then n is equal to 1. If you substitute n is equal to 1 squared h squared divided by 8 m a squared. So, simply we can write E 1 is equal to h squared divided by 8 m a squared. So, this is called ground state. Now, we can summarize the results of what we have seen in this particle in a box. First one, the energy is quantized and so it cannot vary continuously. For the given value of quantum number, the energy E n is inversely proportional to the mass of the electron and to the square of the width of the well. For example, an electron confined in a well of 1 Armstrong unit wide. So, 8 m a squared. So, 1 Armstrong is 10 power minus 10. So, 10 power minus 10 squared is 10 power minus 20. So, what we get 38 n squared electron volt. So, E 1 is equal to 38 electron volt, E 2 is equal to 152 electron volt, E 3 is equal to 342 electron volt. So, this picture shows, so this is energy level, this is the corresponding wave functions. Psi 1 is a wave function of first energy level, psi 2 wave function of second energy level, psi 3 wave function of third energy level, whereas this is probability of the first one, probability of second one, probability of third one. So, what we observe here at the center here, the probability of finding the particle is maximum in the first energy level, whereas in the second energy level at the center the probability of the finding the particle is 0. We have seen particle in a box, that is we have derived the value energy of electron in a metal E n is equal to n squared h squared divided by 8 m a squared, that is the eigen value. Correspondingly, we have seen eigen function also. Now, we can have one small numerical problems involving in expectation value. Find the expectation value of the position of a particle trapped in a box L, that is width is L wide. The solution, we know this equation, this is the result of expectation value. So, psi value we can substitute. So, square root of 2 by a into sin n pi x by a L, that we have seen in the previous equation. So, we have substituted this psi value here. So, by simplifying this we get L by 2. So, this answer shows that the average position of the particle is the middle of the box in all quantum states. So, now let us see the summary of this session. What are the topics we have discussed in this session? So, we have seen properties of wave function, we have listed out the properties of wave function, then we have seen expectation values of wave function psi, and we have derived energy of the electron, that is eigen value corresponding eigen function from the particle in a one dimensional box. So, that is the essential of quantum mechanics, that is application of Schrodinger wave equation. Then finally, we have seen the energy levels and energy level graphs represented. Then we have seen a numerical problem involving expectation values. Now, let us see what are all the questions can be discussed from this session. Mention the properties of wave function, or we can say list out the properties of wave function. What are eigenvalues and eigenfunctions? Then discuss in details about the particle in a box and deduce eigenvalue equations. So, these are all the topics we have seen and questions we can discuss from this session. The rest of the topics we will see in the next session. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you very much.